Welcome, everyone, to the awesome audiobook launch for the Winning Family, where no one has to lose, by Dr. Lise Hart and Kristen Cavan. I'm Kristen Cavan,
And I'm Louise Hart.
and we are a mother-daughter writing team. We've been working together for, should I say how many years?
Ever.
Decades and decades and decades. And we've been working it together since probably the day I was born. Born in Detroit to hardworking German immigrant parents, Louise was the first of her family to attend college. After teaching elementary school for 4 years, she became a full-time mom. She worked hard to change the negative patterns she had grown up with and discovered firsthand that being positive with children is much more effective and more fun. Louise, I call her mom. She holds a doctorate in community psychology, and she wrote 3 books, The Winning Family, and On the Wings of Self-Esteem, which have been translated into several languages, and also The Bullying Antidote, Superpower Your Children for Life. Louise was a pioneer in the self-esteem movement in the 1980s and 1990s that began to change many negative patterns in society. With her, we have republished 2 international best-selling children's books written by her friend and colleague, Dr. Pat Palmer. Liking Myself and The Mouse, the Monster, and Me. I'm just going to show those right now, because how cool are they? For over 20 years, Dr. Hart spoke to parents, teachers, mental health professionals, nationally and internationally. She gave presentations for the U.S. Army from West Point to Pearl Harbor, from Alaska to Alabama, as well as in Germany and Japan. In addition, she was the keynote speaker at the 2nd annual Russian Self-Esteem Conference in Moscow. Louise Hart has tried to retire many times, but she keeps coming out of retirement because the world isn't saved yet, and also because her book is magnificent, and it's just a thrill that we've brought it back with a new subtitle, The Winning Family Where No One Has to Lose, in 2022, and today it becomes an audiobook that you can get. Would you like to introduce me, Mom?
Well, when she was a child, she did a lot of drawing and even came up with this amazing cartoon that was so wonderful. I decided to start using that for my presentations. And so over the years, she has been my assistant and my artist for my overhead projections and for and we've worked together as a team, even for lately on the audio that it's talk both of us, mother-daughter team, who've been working together for saving kids' lives and making the world a better place for many, many, many years. And we've had a lot of shared experiences and adventures and fun. And she's my best friend too. It's wonderful. We've had a great time.
I set up a recording studio in the basement, padded walls, blankets and quilts hanging up, with my microphone, laptop, all the, a glass of water. And then after I'd record each one, I'd have to go through and edit it. And then I'd go over to Mom's house and bring the microphone and say, Mom, read this. Now read this. Now read this. And then I'd put her voice in. Whenever there's a quotation, my mom says, and then she gets to say. So it took some convincing on my part to get Mom to give it a try, because she was like, what's an audiobook? We all listen to audiobooks. And I was like, well, you want us to reach more parents, right? This is how we do it. We read it aloud to them. It's up on our website. I've got links to all the places it's going to be. Ask your public library if they will add it, if they will buy the audiobook, because we really want this to get into all the public libraries, and so people can listen to it on Hoopla or Libby. But it will be on Audible and Spotify, and if you subscribe to any of those things, you'll have access to it already. If you get the audiobook from certain places, there's also an audiobook companion, because the book is full of charts But that's not all. That just kicks off what I'm calling the mother of all launches. Because between Mother's Day and Father's Day, we have so many exciting things coming up. The audiobook of the Winning Family kind of galvanizes our business that we've been working on for a number of years now, Uplift Press, and will allow us to expand it with Uplift programs. On May 25th, I'm going to be doing another Zoom meeting called Dinner Table Democracy, where I'm having a conversation with author Steve Zolno. He's written 8 books, most of them on democracy and some of them on happiness. And his website, the future, is called The Future of Democracy. And we're going to talk about the intersection of parenting and politics, about how it is that what we teach at home allows us to be good citizens and create a safe, functioning society. The next day after that event, we're going to be launching an exciting course. And I want to show you something else now. So we're going to be launching a series of courses called the Uplift Family Upshift,
Oh,
Positive Parenting Pathway.
great, love it.
So it includes a lot of very cool things, including, oh, I'm so excited to tell you all about these. Now as a sneak peek, just a little sneak peek. And we're going to be introducing all these things. But what you get with this package is we have a series of classes. We have the audiobook as part of this class. And then there's all this great bonus content. Our class is based on Louise doing one of her many, over 400 presentations. Check this one out.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by telling you a story of something that happened many years ago outside of a European city. There were 2 men who were doing the same kind of work, and a stranger went up to the first man and asked, "What are you doing?" And he had an irritated look on his face, and he said, "I'm hauling rocks." And the stranger went up to the second man and asked him the same question, "What are you doing?" And he stood tall, and with a smile, he said, "I am building a cathedral. And I want you to know that you are building cathedrals, even though sometimes it feels as though you're hauling rocks." I would like...
All right, so does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
great
It's
to
out of
get
my
that.
mouth.
Okay. All right, so as you can see, we're bringing Lulu 1.0 back to life in a way that parents will be able to access from anywhere, all the time through our online courses, and we're so excited about this. Then on June 1st, we're starting a parents community on this app called Clubhouse. It's a little bit like Facebook or any other social media, but it's just audio. So we're going to use this new app that has a lot of parents on it, and we're starting a house called Positive Parenting for the Win. And we're going to be talking about the Winning Family on that, and just bringing in parents from all over who are just on their phones listening in. So that's happening on June 1st. And then on June 3rd, we're launching another course, and this is a bonus that you get in the Uplift Family Upshift package. So I've created a course called Monday Meeting Magic. And how do you like this tagline? You can't flourish if you can't function.
Great.
Because for our family, it really was magic when we started doing Monday meetings. And I developed a system over the years that is just solid gold. And it just kept us communicating, and it kept us functioning. And so this is I found a way to teach all parents how to do this and make it easy for them to jump in. So that will be coming out on June 3rd. And then June 6th, which is a Friday, this is a very big deal, and we want you to tell all of your friends about our bestseller day. We're lowering the price of the ebook, the Winning Family ebook, to 99 cents. And we want everybody that we know and everybody they know to go and buy the book on this one day. And there's a link to a calendar, and I'll drop that in the chat. And you can just add that to your calendar. And so you'll have it on your Google Calendar or whatever, and you can share it with your friends from there. But when it happens, it'll pop up and you'll go, oh, today's the day. And so we will thank you for investing $1 in us, just so that if everybody buys it on the same day, it gets visible. And then other parents will hear about it. So we really want this to amplify the whole thing on June 6th. But wait, there's more. We have taken all of the illustrations from the Winning Family and from all of the overheads. And so all my art is coming together now into not a workbook, but a playbook, where each page you can tear it out and post it. You can use them as posters. You can flip to a page and have a conversation about it. It's also got the charts that you can post them up and work your game. It's even got clips from the bullying antidote. So it's just packed full of information and fun illustrations. Here, let's see if I can, so these have made audiences laugh for over the years, and just brightened mom's presentations, and this one hangs in my dentist's office and my gynecologist's office. So anyway, that's another thing that we're very excited to bring out, and that'll be our final a piece of the puzzle for the Uplift Family Upshift. And we're going to have two versions of this package, where one of them is you get everything, and then the next one is you get everything plus a one-on-one parenting coaching session with me. And so this is just going to be a great resource for parents, for years, hopefully for years. And then the final thing that we're launching, we're launching a podcast on Father's Day. And this one's kind of special to me because as a cartoonist and a humorist, this is all just like, day job grown-up stuff for me, because what I really want to be doing is getting out there and talking with people and making them laugh and make funny things. So ever since I was working behind the scenes with mom on the Winning Family, and families, that sounds really shiny and outward, and having a mom as a self-esteem guru was sometimes uncomfortable, because I felt like I had to be an example, a shining example of everything she taught, when in fact I was a mess of a human being. I was, I had my own tragedies and traumas and trials and tribulations. I really love alliteration, and so behind the scenes, I always dreamed of writing a memoir called The Whining Family. And so then last year, as I began to accidentally, launch this book before I was ready, I realized that no, this needs to be a podcast, and I need to have conversations. So I'm going to have 32 conversations with people about parenting, each one focused on a chapter of the book, because it's just so rich and so full of juicy topics and amazing information that when you think things through, you see them from a different perspective, and you feel like, and you get new tools and new insights, and it's just great. So my first guest is going to be none other than the person I created, my son, Donald, who actually had a podcast years ago when he was in college. And so he's going to help launch my podcast. So that's going to drop on Father's Day. And we'll also be posting details on our social media. So you can like us, like the Winning Family or Louise Hart on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, Generous Muse. So that's the big news. You guys can unmute and tell me, what do you think? And do you have any questions?
It's awesome. And what an amazing layout. Woo!
Thank you.
And look,
Thank you.
here's what Marie has to say.
Yay! Hi.
This is terrific. All this different media to send across the same great message that has been, subject to this book that has sold so many hundreds of thousands of copies. It's wonderful.
I want to read The Whining Family when it comes out.
Well, the Whining Family is just going to be a podcast, so you can just listen to it and it's not going to be weekly. I will be doing it sporadically, but I have the framework. It might not even come out in order.
It'll
like
be
chapters
so
1
popular.
through 32, but it's
It'll
going to
be
be
very
fun.
popular. It'll be super popular in Napa. I just know this.
I think so.
Whining and Family.
I'm inviting a lot of really interesting experts to do that. And actually, Steve Zolno, one of the chapters is going to be the chapter 14, which is called Parenting Leadership Styles. That's actually going to be a podcast episode as well eventually. But yeah, I've got such a list of experts and non-experts, just people who have really interesting.
Kristen,
Yeah.
I'd love to help you with a podcast on spirituality of children.
That would be we'd love to have that, Larry.
Well, I offer that to you if you want it.
Okay. I'm going to put you on my list.
All right.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this is the way that we can reach the parents who don't read. I mean, it's like reading a comic book. There's so many great fun illustrations in here that will make people want to buy this, pick it up, because it's just easy. It's lovely. It's fun. And there's a lot of parents in the world that we're trying to reach. Tell them about wonderful families that win-win and nobody has to lose. And so I'm really excited about that, Chris. That's great idea.
And that's what she's holding in her hands there is the first draft. It's coming out in a month. It's almost done. We just have to do some rearranging and some more writing before it comes out. And when it comes out, it'll be a book that people can purchase so they can literally take out the pages and pin them up around their schools, around their homes. But it's also going to, of course, be digital, so people will be able to print it out, and make it visible and visual, and it's going to be like that, that poster that was all on every single wall that hang in there, and that the "You Want It When." I don't know if you guys remember those, but that relaxed poster that can go up everywhere. There's a wall.
Kristen,
Yes.
I'd also like to affirm the comprehensiveness of your program. I have also, all through my life and my development as Presbyterian minister, as an intellectual, there have been three primary components to my development. One of them has been educational. Here's some new information, here's some new concepts. Assimilate these concepts and incorporate them in your life. Two has been a group experience where we have conversation together, and it comes out to actually being what's the best practices for being a winning parent or a winning family around. And then finally, the third component of independent, one-on-one coaching. And you put those all three together, and I just
Wish you.
It's great to see you.
But
Oh, can I show you one more thing? This is cool. So Mom had this really clever idea years ago. The uplift programs. So you just can toggle here on the website back between uplift press and uplift programs, right? Because they're two sides of the same coin. One is our publishing, and the other one is our are teaching, and our school is called Uplift You. So all of our courses are going to be on our website once they're up too. All right. Well, I
I
really
just,
go
I
ahead.
just, yeah, this is Lucia. I just wanted to say how fun it has been to see your family all together, Louise. I've certainly spent time with you, Louise, and I've known about your children, but to see each of you showing up together and sharing your current winnings and activities and also share just how you interact with one another is very convincing of the way that you've been brought up by this lovely mother that you have. So it's been wonderful to see.
Oh, thank you. And we do a lot of whining too, just so you know.
I believe you. That's what makes you be so real. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As we close, I want to reiterate, what Lucia was saying is that we oh, Damien, I know you got to share. Let me
Oh.
Okay, there it's done.
Oh, wow, that's cute, Damien.
There we go. I really love and appreciate you all so much. This is we Mom has always made us think of ourselves as a team, and we all support each other's successes, and we all and we all support each other even in struggles too. And but creating this book over the last couple of years and the audiobook, I just so appreciate the support from everyone and giving really meaningful feedback and attention. And so I couldn't have done this without everybody else. And it really is a success for all of us that I'm super happy to share. So let's go out, let's make this book a bestseller, and let's get all the parents, excited and happy and playing with their kids. And I think to close out, I'm going to go ahead and play an example of good parenting that I just recently came across that you guys did not have in your childhoods. But you can go ahead and exit once you've had enough of what I'm going to play for you right now. So without further ado, thank you all for coming, and may I introduce the magic xylophone.